Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another content creator program video on AirWalker, the next champion coming to the game. So AirWalker is a very interesting champion. He's the first of his kind in the fact that he does not have access to his special 3 until he wins 2 fights, which is very weird. So in today's video, we're just going to be doing gameplay in Realm of Legends here. Going to be talking about him, showing some gameplay with suicides, without suicides. So the first bit of gameplay here is the building phase, because I wanted to include this in the video just to show you guys what it's like, because once you build up AirWalker, you know, I could just show like gameplay of that and I could make him look pretty good. But you know, to get to that, you got to build him up. Now, building up a champion's always the worst. You know, you see gameplay of a built up Cull Obsidian and you're like, what, right? But like building Cull Obsidian up is a real pain in the butt. So, you know, to get to that kind of damage output, we got to build them up. But the build up isn't too bad compared to other champions like Cull Obsidian. We only have to win 2 fights. So, up first here, Winter Soldier. Now, the first fight's going to be the worst. The first fight's always the worst when you're building up anyone like, you know, Corvus, Captain Marvel movie. First fight always sucks, right? Because you don't really have a lot of damage. You got to build up your abilities. So yeah, what I'm trying to do here is maintain the 2 armor breaks I have on Winter Soldier, because the armor breaks that AirWalker applies, I think that's the key to his damage output. Personally, I think that's the way to get the most damage output out of this guy, because those are some very potent armor breaks. I believe they're 2,100 each, and they can stack up to 8, which is ridiculous. But I've never gotten to 8. I think at one point in this video I get to 6. And that's pretty crazy, but like even just like keeping up 2, you know, that's really good. That increases damage output by a lot. And so basically how to keep those armor breaks up is once you get the Dark Tide passive on Winter Soldier, which we already have, which is very easy to apply if you're using special attacks, so you have some buffs. Then if you end a combo on a light attack, you're going to refresh 2 armor breaks. So it's very easy to keep up 2. And with 2, you know, your damage output's pretty good. You can maintain more than 2, but you just have to, every combo, just finish with a light, which is kind of weird. But yeah, they do fall off sometimes, you know, when the opponent throws a special attack, if they're just not coming at you, playing passive, you know, you never know. It could happen, certainly. Now, as you can see, I am using suicides here just because I wanted to show these build-up fights, but, you know, I didn't want to sit here for 10 minutes trying to get through these fights, because they're a little slow. So suicides just to help get through a little bit. We lost a lot of health because AirWalker doesn't have any immunities, none at all, which sucks, really sucks. Especially in the Cosmic class, like I feel like half the Cosmic class is immune to poison. That's probably not accurate, but there's so many Cosmic champions that are immune to poison, or just, you know, have at least 1 immunity, and AirWalker has none. So that really sucks. Really don't know why they didn't give him like at least like shock immunity or something, or like shock resistance like Silver Surfer and Terrax. But yeah, but the first fight, the worst. So we got through the first fight. Now we move on to Captain Marvel, and so the difference between this fight and the first fight is we've now built up 1 persistent charge, so we have another power cosmic buff, which is going to give us more power gain, and it's just another buff to count towards getting the Dark Tide passive, which is really nice. So right here we're going to throw this special attack, and we applied 5 Dark Tides even though she blocked it. So she's at 7 Dark Tides now. Once we get to 10, then it will turn into the passive, and then we can refresh the armor breaks. So she's going to go for 1 more special attack here, and boom, now we got the Dark Tide active. Now we're good. Now we can just get those armor breaks on her, keep refreshing them, and our damage output will be good. And then once we get through this fight, we'll have access to our special 3 going forward, and then we can have some real fun. So basically AirWalker, how he works with his special attacks, it's really weird. It's all about the heavy charging. So as long as you're charging a heavy attack when you use a special attack, you're going to get a Fury buff, which is nice. But when you're charging your heavy attack, you're also going to get passive power gain. And so if your passive power gain brings you over a bar of power, then you're also going to get an unblockable buff. So you get an unblockable buff and a fury buff going into a special attack. And the more buffs you have when you use a special attack, the more dark tides you're going to apply. So you need 10 of those debuffs to get to the passive. So the more buffs, just the quicker it is. And your power cosmic buffs also count towards it. So we got it up within 2 special attacks. And yeah, so it's really easy to get the fury buff pretty much always when you're using your special attack, as long as you can parry the opponent. But yeah, the unblockable buff's a little bit trickier, I found, playing AirWalker, especially because, when you're playing him the first fight, the power gain is a bit more minuscule and it's different. In the second fight, you gain a persistent charge, you gain a power cosmic buff, now your power gain is increased. So the power gain is kind of hard to control. This is just my opinion, not having played AirWalker a whole bunch yet. It's just a little bit weird with his power gain to try to always get it perfectly so you get the unblockable and the fury buff. Alright, now for the non-suicide gameplay, we move on to Black Panther with all 3 of our persistent charges now built up. So now that we have all the persistent charges, it's very easy to get the Dark Tide passive up. You can see after that first special attack we got 8 on him. Still just going to need 1 more special attack. But you can see with all the power cosmics, our power gain is crazy. We're 10 hits in and we've already gotten off 2 special ones, which is just awesome. Got the Dark Tide passive up now, and now I can just refresh those armor breaks. So now I do have access to my special 3, but I still don't know the perfect rotation for AirWalker. Again, I have not played him that much. I've only played around with him for like an hour. But I think the armor breaks are the key here. So I'm going to be trying to focus on armor breaks a little bit more. I wanted to build up some armor breaks and then go for my special 3, just because my damage output will be greatly increased. But yeah, after we use the special 3, we're just going to get a bunch of perks. So we're going to get regeneration, we're going to be passively unstoppable, we're going to get attack rating, we're going to get passive power gain, but we're going to lose the current passive power gain that we have. But yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. So right here, we're going to charge our heavy, get power gain, go to special 3. And this is the coolest special 3 animation in the game. You can see Galactus in the back there just charging AirWalker up. So cool, man. That's such a cool special attack 3, man. I love it. So now we have the Galactus little buff icon there. And you can see we're hitting pretty hard. We're also doing some damage over time type damage, direct damage based on how much actual damage we're doing. I'm gonna go for my special 2 here, get some decent damage. It didn't crit, unfortunately. But yeah, so... But we also got some nice regen, so I feel like the armor breaks are the way to go. Get some armor breaks up, then go for the special 3, and then go for special 2, kind of get that loop going. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, if you can always keep up at least 2 armor breaks, your damage output is going to be increased greatly. I think that's definitely the play. So here, just going for some more armor breaks. At 4, gonna finish the combo, maintain them, boom, get to 5, get the stun. Easy refresh on them, which is nice. When you get the stun on the special 1, it's very easy to refresh the armor breaks. If you don't get the stun, then it's a little bit trickier. Right here, you see he plays a bit passive, starts to fall off. Right there, I spam some light attacks just to get the spacing, and then we refresh the armor breaks. But here we're gonna get the unblockable and the fury, drop the special 2, and Black Panther goes down. So there's some non-suicide gameplay with AirWalker having been fully built up. Then we got another non-suicide fight here against Realm of Legends Wolverine. So I knew he could do this fight because of the armor breaks, just stack them up with despair. I also wanted to just gauge like how my damage output could be with a ton of armor breaks. So the plan here is to stack armor breaks with despair to stop the healing, first of all, and then see how much damage we can really do. So we need to get the Dark Tide passive up first, get out 2 special attacks really quick, boom, there we go, got an active. Now I got those armor breaks, and so every time I throw a special attack, we're going to be getting another armor break. You can see we're also dealing like just damage over time, kind of like how Void does. We're dealing about, I think it's 352 per tick, and that's just with the armor breaks and with the Dark Tide up, which is cool, just some extra damage, Here we get up to 5 armor breaks, just going to keep refreshing them. And you can see with 3 persistent charges, our passive power gain is pretty good. You can see we're just able to throw off a lot of specials. So not running suicides, just throwing these special ones. You can stack up just a ton of armor breaks, and you can maintain them fairly well if you really just focus on finishing those combos with light attacks, which is what I'm trying to do here. So as you can see here, we're at 6 armor breaks. So at this point, I'm like, all right, that's enough. You know, we've stopped his healing fully. Now let's go for a special 3 and really see what kind of damage output we can get going. You can see we already got him down to 35% without even having to go to the special 3, just stacking up with those armor breaks. And the special 3 actually hits pretty hard, especially with all those armor breaks. You can see we did, let's see how much damage that was. That was like 57,000 damage, which is crazy. And then one more combo, and Buddy's dead. Absolutely destroyed that Rumble Legends Wolverine. I was like, wow, that fight went by just so quick. That was a pretty clean fight, 94 hits. And then I got 2 more fights for you guys. The last 2 fights in Rumble Legends, fully built up, but now we're gonna slap Suicides back on and really see what kind of damage output we can be doing with being fully built up and having Suicides on. So got Black Bolt, and then we got Hulk. So here, again, we need to get the Dark Tide passive up first. That's the first thing we got to do in every fight. So get off one special 1, boom, charge, get to another special 1. There we go. And at this point, you know, after going through all of these Realm Legends fights, you know, each fight I got a little bit better with AirWalker. So at this point, you know, I understand AirWalker a little bit better now. Kind of his rotation. It's very weird to play him at first. Definitely is a character that's going to take a little bit of practice and getting used to, with the heavy charging and dropping the heavies mid specials, or dropping the specials mid heavy and everything like that, and trying to learn the best rotation for him. It's a lot at first, definitely, but a lot of new characters are. But yeah, just a bit of a learning curve. But yeah, we get to the Power of Galactus here. And as you can see, we've got 3 armor breaks. We're hitting for 6,000 critical lights, and what are mediums critical for? Oh, we'll get to the special 2. Trying to drive a big special 2. Does some pretty good damage. Get some nice damage in red as well, on top of the base physical damage that we're doing. Right there, accidentally threw that into his block. Took a bit of a combo, but that's all right. Yeah, this Black Bolt's going down pretty quick. He's already down to 20% health. At this point, am I going to go for another special 3? No, I'm just going to go for the special 2, get the Unblockable and the Fury. Special 2, it's really nice to just drop it, you know, when you get the Unblockable and the Fury. But again, it just takes a little bit of practice to drop it like that. And I like the ending animation here. He's just blowing his horn. 82 hits. Not the best, not terrible. It's okay. And then we got one more fight in Rumble Legends. Technically a boss of Rumble Legends, even though it's not really like a boss. He's just like everyone else. Hulk, OG Hulk. So we're gonna jump in here with AirWalker again, full Suicides and full persistent charges. And we're gonna get that Dark Tide passive up first. And just by the way, like AirWalker, he looks so cool, man. Those fiery wings. Those look awesome. Those look so cool. I thought though he was only gonna have those like after the special 3, after like being imbued by Galactus, but he just has them all the time, and they look so cool. So we get the Dark Tide passive up nice and quick. Got 2 armor breaks on Hulk, and now we're gonna be able to easily maintain those. The other thing I don't like was just the AI in Rumble Legends. You know, especially when playing a new character and trying to like play them perfectly, and the AI just not dashing at you. It's like, dude, really? I hate passive AI. It's so annoying. Apparently there was like a change to AI, or like it was bugged for a while. I did not play the game like at all for like a week straight while I was at the lake, so I didn't experience that. Glad I missed it. Really glad I missed the AI bug. But yeah, we're gonna go for the first special 3 in this fight. We already got Hulk down to 73%. This special 3, how much damage do we do on it? I didn't see how much damage directly did, but it did, I think it was 27,000 in red, which is pretty nice. And so now with AirWalker, I think we just hit a 10,000 medium, which is pretty strong. Gonna get the special 2 off here. Hit some pretty big hits on that special 2. The base damage was critting for about 26,000, and then we also had some numbers in red. So yeah, this fight's going very well. Charging up the heavy to get a little bit of power gain going. I'm just trying to get to another special 2 to end this fight here. So yeah, I can charge, boom, get the Unblockable and the Fury, let it go. 1% loss on Hulk, one more hit, and he goes down. So that's AirWalker fully built up, building him up with suicides, without suicides. Because I know a lot of you guys, when I made my CCP videos, you're like, oh, well, not everyone runs suicides, or, you know, this, we want to see the damage without suicides. So there's a 565 with, without. Hopefully you guys can gauge the damage for yourself. As far as AirWalker goes, you know, he's cool, he's fun to play. I definitely don't think he's going to be in the top 3 of the best Cosmic champions. Cosmic class is very competitive, but he's very interesting. Pretty fun to play, and some spectacular animations. But yeah, that's going to do it for the AirWalker video, guys. If you did enjoy, drop a like, subscribe if you'd like some more content. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.